Right, this is a podcast on VAR. I've got DC next to me. I'm going to ask questions as well, and I'm going to join in and put my opinions across. So I'm going to start with DC, just straight to the point. Where do you stand on VAR?
I mean, it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's a bag of shit.
I think people sum it up quite well on Twitter when they say it's a fantastic piece of technology, just used wrong. Just used wrong.
I mean,
in like
yeah,
terms of, I don't blame the officials like people do looking in the VAR. They're just being given what they've been trained to do. So like them lines aren't drawn up correctly. I think that's the way they've been told to do it. They're told to use them really thick
I'm
lines,
sorry,
aren't
right?
they?
Yeah,
Okay, go on.
I'm sorry. Bloody hell! If you can't draw a line correctly, get back in Dorothy Goodman.
They're the people dictating what happens in Stockley Park, not say hundreds, but miles and miles away from the actual game. I like what they've done recently. If you can see on my screen now, I've got up. It's a VAR screen saying checking goal, possible offside. I think that's the right step forward. As if you remember, I think a few months ago, it only came up on screens like checking goal, checking penalty, and we didn't know what for. So like back at Sheffield United, West Ham, when West Ham equalised through, I think it was Snodgrass, in the 90th minute, and it was handball from Declan Rice.
Correct.
Usually, thank you, 3 months ago, that would have just counted him checking goal, and everyone probably would have gone, oh, so it's like for an offside or something. Because I think no one was claiming handball, were they? No Sheffield United players were claiming handball. But what helped was, at that point, it came up on the screen saying checking goal handball, so they obviously knew there was something to build up, because Snodgrass didn't handball it. So at least the crowd had an idea of what was happening at the time, instead of just saying checking goal, and that confused me at games. So I go to all the Leicester home games, but I don't know what it's for or anything. At least there's a bit of clarity now. What do you think on that, DC?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it needs to be used correctly, obviously, but I mean, personally for me, right, if I was doing the VAR malarkey, first of all, I wouldn't bother with these fucking lines.
No, they're not right, are they?
I mean, you can roll them up and stick them down your dickhole, for me. What you do is you play the video back 2 or 3 times in slow motion, and if you can't tell that he's off by the naked eye, when if you're looking at a screen, right, and you have it the moment the ball's kicked, and you can zoom in, and you can't tell he's off on or off without drawing a line, benefit the doubt to the striker then.
That's it, isn't it? They used the term when it was brought in at the start of this season, 2019-20 season. It's going to be used for clear and obvious errors. I've seen
clear and obvious errors.
Yeah, surely enough. I can't remember who it was against. It was Norwich against someone. Pukki's goal was ruled off for outside. Yeah, Tottenham, mate. Thanks, for that, DC. He was offside. He looked level, didn't he? He was offside like an armpit hair. And surely, go on.
One thing that my dad pointed out was the way he was leaning. If he was leaning that much over when the ball was, he'd have fell over.
Yeah, that's it.
There's something in right there.
Surely,
and the fact the angles are shitty angles. They all recalibrate them. Like, piss off, mate. Don't bother. Like handballs. Fair enough. Like, you can't blame VAR because that's the rules. VAR are just doing it, so that's fine. Offsides, do the slow motion thing, you know. For like shit like that. Like, for example, yesterday, Man U Liverpool, David De Gea's. I personally think it was a foul. A lot of scousers don't. Rat-eating fucks.
I'll tell you what I think it was in a second once you've given your thoughts.
Go on. But that I completely agree with checking VAR for it. You know, the Firmino offside goal. When you paused it, I could see Firmino was offside. You could clearly see he was off. Yeah.
But it was brought back for a foul. It was given for the foul, wasn't it?
No, sorry, not that one. Sorry, the offside goal for Wijnaldum.
My apologies. Sorry, the other one,
Yeah. When you paused it, I could see he was offside with the naked eye. Fair enough.
At the time, I couldn't tell it, but actually, it was clear and obvious, so it was the right call.
Yeah, that's it. Because when it's going on, you can maybe, a bit of blur, a bit of motion.
Yeah.
But when you pause it the exact second the ball's kicked, and you just look down the line, you're like, yeah, well, fucking look, he's about 2 yards offside there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fair.
I think the one that only makes it a foul for me, it's weak goalkeeper from De Gea. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what you think, but De Gea should be doing. He's became a little bit weak in terms of I'll give up if someone puts an arm in my face. I'll let it happen. For me, the only reason it's a foul, if Van Dijk's not standing there, he's got his face to the ball. He's not done it deliberately. He's only got eyes on the ball. If Van Dijk's not running towards De Gea picks it up easily. I'm not sure if he had
Yeah,
two hands
yeah.
on it though. That's the
He
only
did,
thing I was looking for.
he did.
But he didn't. Okay, it was the
Yeah.
right call, and I think them 2 goals was VAR working at its best. And I'll tell you, I'll go back to I think it was it Norwich Bournemouth? I think is it Dan Godfrey or something for Norwich?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was the first. I think Paul Tierney went to the screen for the first time in the Premier League. So I know Mike Oliver did it in the FA Cup for Crystal Palace derby, and I think that was correct. It was a serious foul play, red card. Clear red card, they recommend you go to the screen, looked at the screen, decided to upgrade to a red, and I thought that was the right decision. I don't know if you've seen that.
I saw it match today indeed.
Did you? Yeah,
I think the referee's definitely going to go to the screen because if you got some nod sitting in a van, with half a burger hanging out the face, cup of tea next to them, and go, yeah, I'd look at it, mate. Yeah, go on, give it a yellow. I don't know, give it a yellow, mate. Whatever. You got to look at it. Like at the end of the day, the referee ain't making the decision. Then
that's it.
Some nonce in a van is. And do you know what I'd love? Yeah. I think this would sort VAR out a lot better if the VAR vans would park outside the stadiums. Because then you tell them, like, listen lads, if you fuck up a lot of decisions, the fans are going to come out and kick the shit out of your van. Like, they would definitely think second about calling it offside, I'll tell you that. They go, yeah, I've checked the screen if I was you, mate. I'm not giving that as offside. They'll kick the shit out of me.
Well, just sitting like a little Scooby-Doo mystery machine.
Have you seen as well, where, like, the VAR check takes like 2 seconds and they don't really check it properly?
Yeah.
I can tell you why that is. Some fucker is on the Just Eat app ordering a fucking Macca's. My man is on the Just Eat app ordering a Macca's. He's opening the van door, getting his wallet out, referee in his ear, can take it offside. He goes, yeah, he's onside, mate, fucking whatever. Giving the bloke a tenner, comes back, looks at it back and goes, fuck that. Fuck that.
That's funny. It's funny, yeah, because you know them advertising for Domino's Pizza in the 20th minute. Let's say Laporte is back from injury, absolutely wipes out Aubameyang, 2 foot last man. The bloke's in the Domino's Pizza advert saying order now for half time, so he's got bugger it in the 20th minute. He's ringing up Domino's.
That's funny. Yes, mate, I'll have No, fucking not pineapple on pizza, mate. I'm not a pedo. Yeah, of course. Mike Dean is here. Right, we're checking a potential red card on Laporte for that double foot against Aubameyang. Hang on, give me a second, mate. Yeah, yellow card, Dino. Yellow card, lad. I'm ordering a pizza. Hang on. Do you want anything? Do you want a dip? What dip do you want, Michael?
They can order to the Etihad.
yeah. I'll get a dip sent to the Etihad, big man.
Pick up or delivery.
Yeah. Deliveroo.
Oh god, it's falling apart.
Yeah.
No, it goes back to the point of that. They do seem a little bit clueless, don't they, at times? Like,
I mean, the people in the VAR van, have they gone through the training referees have?
That's it. I mean, there is a VAR, isn't it? Like, they have like Mike Dean on VAR some days, and they have like people around the technology. So it's like his actual top flight referees are involved with VAR.
But do they have the final say? Do they go, or is it the bloke at a computer? I mean, I just got a fucking suspicion.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong, and I hope I am. I just see a nerd coming out of school who's done fucking 3 years of computer technology. He just sits there with a fucking pair of glasses, face looks like a fucking Domino's pizza, sitting there, greasy fucking forehead. Yeah, greasy fucking forehead, sitting there going, well, actually, if I put this line on here, fucking measured to the fucking millimetre, thinking he's some fucking NASA scientist. Dickhead, he's 1 millimetre offside, is he? Also, my fucking pube. If he shaved his pubes, he was onside, was he? Fuck off.
We'll get back on a bit of subject, shall we?
I think I might have got off topic there. And anyone pubes, love to see it.
Oh, flip it. Yeah. Anyway, do you think it is Liverpool? Do you think Liverpool have benefited from VAR this year?
I think, let's be honest, right, a Manchester United fan, I'd love to sit here and say, VAR. I mean, they've had a lot of good VAR decisions for them, they've had a lot against them, like every team has.
Well, damage is done, isn't it?
The damage is done. I do feel they've had maybe a few more ones that are questionable.
Yeah, 50-50 has gone to them, haven't they?
They've had quite a few decisions you look at and go, oh, well, I think that's actually incorrect.
Yeah.
But
like Van Dijk's handball into a lead up of a goal. I can't remember who it was against, but everyone will know what I'm talking about. Van Dijk's handball. Then I think Liverpool scored. The one that was correct.
Oh, yeah, actually right. Hang on. If you see from a different angle, though, it wasn't.
Was it from the wasn't it? From the angle that they can show.
The Man City one, though. The Man City one that touched Trent Alexander-Arnold's arm.
I think that's the most controversial decision. But it does hit Bernardo Silva's hand, doesn't it, on the way? So therefore, it's not handball when you just give.
But here's the thing, though. After it hits Bernardo's hand, it then hits Trent's hand, and the rules then say you take it from Trent's hand.
But there's also a thing that overrides it in the terms of an advantage. If it hits Bernardo's hand, that's handball. Whatever happens after it's just almost a kind of like dead ball. I think that's why the almost advantage was given. There was the option to bring it back, but they thought it's technically an advantage.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you look at that and go, okay, so it's just hit Bernardo's hand, right? That's not been seen. It then hits Trent's hand. That is seen. VAR, look at that. They have to take it back and go, right, it's hit Bernardo's hand, it's hit Trent's hand. It's handball.
Does Liverpool get the free kick as it hits Bernardo's hand first?
Well, technically, no.
It does
because
hit Bernardo's
hand. But here's the thing: it hits Bernardo's hand, but from that, they don't score a goal. They don't create a goal-scoring opportunity. So technically, that handball's wiped off. In the rules, that doesn't matter. It's not been seen, and it's not led to a goal. So then,
it led to a Liverpool goal.
But that doesn't matter now. So that handball hasn't led to a goal. That's wiped off. It then hits Trent's arm in the penalty box, which stops Man City having a scoring opportunity and leads Liverpool to a counter-attack, which in the rules means that should be dealt with.
I just agree with the decision in the terms that it's hit Bernardo's hand. I get it if it hasn't. If it doesn't hit Bernardo's hand and it hits Trent's, it's handball.
I mean, you can have your opinion, Ryan, but the rules say the Bernardo one should be wiped off. It didn't lead to an opportunity, but Trent's did, so it shouldn't be ruled off.
That's what I want to know. Why didn't they bring it back if that's the case?
Because, exactly, Ryan. That's what the rules say. They didn't bring it back. That's what I mean. Though all teams have had VAR decisions, Liverpool's have seemed to be a little bit controversial.
I think VAR working well. Moving away from that one was the Aubameyang red card against. Who was that against?
Horror tackle.
That was a leg breaker, wasn't it?
Ankle breaker, but yeah, horror tackle, mate. Horror tackle.
There's only so much we can talk about VAR halfway through the year, isn't it? It's a difficult one.
Yeah.
But overall,
I mean, I would give VAR a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it's at the end of the game. You don't talk about let's say a massive game. You don't talk about the football play, the players. It's now about, did VAR get this right? It takes away the conversation at the end of the day, I think.
Yeah, and the fact that VAR was brought in to make it an unquestionable, and it's added more questions.
It was brought in as well to almost bring in more goals, because a lot of goals were being mistakenly for offside last season.
Yeah.
And they brought in this year for more goals, yet we seem to have more taken away than goals awarded.
Oh yeah, the fact that you could literally not shave your beard in the morning and be offside.
So Ollie McBurney would be a bit screwed. He's got a beard. We did.
Like I haven't had a haircut the last couple of months. If I was leaning forward, this fucking thing would be offside by about an inch.
So say it's a good job players don't order Deliveroo or Domino's at half time, or else they'd be offside every time they're on the attack.
I mean, fuck knows. I can't wait till Zlatan's offside by a nose.
Well, oh my god,
honestly,
it would,
if he gets offside by a nose, honestly, I think I'd die.
Because you can score with your face. If it hits his nose and goes in, it's a goal.
I'd actually cry. I would actually cry laughing. If Zlatan was offside by a nose, I would cry.
That would be football.
I would cry laughing.
I think football would be finished if that happened.
I think that would be football escalated. I think that would go down in history. I'd love to be the commentator. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic is offside by his big fuck off nose. I'd love to see it if I was you. But yes or no, right? Are the VAR people pedos?
Well, they've got a van outside parks, then yes.
They have a van. I mean, honestly, they must be fucking getting Deliveroos after for the games.
I think that adds something more for the neutrals watching on telly. Whereas you I
don't think it even does, really.
I look forward to it. I enjoy it personally.
I mean, I remember the video on Twitter of that West Ham fan who celebrated a West Ham goal. They brought his birthday cake to him, and you can just see behind him VAR decision, no goal, and he's just depressed.
It does add a lot. It does add a lot, though. I think it
adds a lot, but it takes away a lot. Like you score a goal, just imagine 90th minute, you're 1-0 down, you relegate unless you get a draw. You get the ball, you go past him, you score. The fans go wild, the players go wild. VAR says no.
VAR checking goal.
VAR checking goal. Decision, no goal. You are going down, so you are going down.
I think the best one was in the Champions League, Man City against Tottenham. When,
Guardiola
yeah, that became a meme, wasn't it? When Sergio Aguero scored. Raheem Sterling scored, but Aguero was offside.
I was watching that game, right?
I was.
And as soon as that went in, I just went, "You bunch of cunts."
Offside didn't even cross my mind.
And I was fucking fuming. I seen a VAR decision check, and I know when you see a VAR decision check, 9 times out of 10, it's goal disallowed.
Go against you,
I was on my feet. My dad was on